history, 38 years old, 6 World Cups, and today, for the very first time in his legendary career, Lionel Messi scored a hat-trick at a World Cup, 3 goals, a 3-0 demolition of Algeria, and 16 World Cup goals in total, matching Miroslav Klose's all-time record. Welcome to SoccerVault. Here is everything from a genuinely historic Day 7 at World Cup 2026. Let's go. Argentina 3-0 Algeria. Let's start where we have to start. Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City. Argentina, the defending world champions, opened their Group J campaign against Algeria, and Lionel Messi delivered a performance for the ages. In the 17th minute, Messi picked the ball up from outside the box and absolutely rifled a long-range screamer into the bottom corner. The crowd was already on its feet. Then, in the 60th minute, a composed tap-in after a beautifully worked team move. Then, just as Algeria were trying to find any foothold back into this match, Messi received the ball in the penalty area, opened his body, and curled it perfectly into the far corner in the 76th minute. 3 goals. His 14th, 15th, and 16th at FIFA World Cups. And that 16th goal? It put him level with Miroslav Klose for the all-time World Cup scoring record. Let's put this in context. Messi is 38 years old. This is his 200th cap for Argentina, the first player in history to appear in 6 World Cups. And this was his very first hat-trick at the tournament. The defending champions announced themselves in the most emphatic way possible. Algeria, for what it's worth, never truly threatened. Argentina were comfortable throughout. They are in ominous form. Norway 4-1 Iraq now. The other striker who made headlines today, Erling Haaland, World Cup debut. And he did not disappoint. Norway faced Iraq at Gillette Stadium in Boston, and Haaland was electric from the first whistle. He opened his World Cup account in the 28th minute, his first ever goal at a World Cup, with a powerful striker's finish that left the goalkeeper rooted to the spot. Then barely 14 minutes later, in the 42nd minute, he doubled his tally before halftime. Iraq pulled one back through a clinical header from Ayman Hussein. A brief reminder that this match wasn't quite over, but Norway restored control after the break. Leo Østigård met Martin Ødegaard's corner with a towering header to make it 3-1 in the 75th minute. And then, in stoppage time, the cruel final twist. Hussein, who scored Iraq's goal at one end, accidentally turned the ball into his own net to make it 4-1. Dominant, clinical, Haaland on the world stage at last. And with Messi and Mbappe also hitting form in this tournament, the Golden Boot race is already shaping up to be one of the defining stories of these group stages. Austria 3-1, Jordan. And here's the result you might have slept on, but you shouldn't have. Austria 3-1, Jordan. Because this was Austria's first World Cup win in 36 years. 36 years since Italia 90. Austria hadn't won a World Cup match in 3.5 decades, and against debutants Jordan at Levi's Stadium in San Francisco, they finally ended that drought. Romano Schmid gave Austria the lead in the 20th minute with a composed finish from the edge of the area. Jordan equalized, credit to them, a spirited response from a team appearing at their first ever World Cup. But a Yazan Al-Arab own goal in the 76th minute restored Austria's advantage, and deep into stoppage time at 90+12, Marko Arnautovic converted from the penalty spot to seal it 3-1. Easy to overlook when Messi and Haaland are hogging the headlines. But this win is enormous for Austria. And with Argentina, who just hammered Algeria 3-0, sitting in the same Group J, they know every single point is going to matter. The biggest talking point, Messi and the record. Okay, I need to spend a moment on this properly. Miroslav Klose, 16 World Cup goals across 4 tournaments, 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014, a record that stood for 12 years. Messi has now equaled it across 6 World Cups at age 38, in what everyone assumed might be his final tournament. And here's my take. And I know some people will push back on this. Klose's record is extraordinary. But Messi did this while carrying an entire nation through eras when Argentina had no one else. Klose played in a German machine, multiple world-class players, balanced squads, clinical setups. Messi carried Argentina to Copa America in 2021 and to the World Cup title in 2022, virtually on his back across both tournaments. One more goal. That's all Messi needs. Just one more, and he stands alone at the top of the all-time World Cup scoring charts. At 38 years old, at his 6th World Cup. If you've been watching football for 20 years and you are not watching this tournament right now, you are missing something you will never see again. Upcoming fixtures. Right. Before I sign off, here's what's coming in the next 48 hours because the schedule is absolutely stacked. First, Portugal versus DR Congo, Group K, NRG Stadium in Houston, kickoff at 1 a.m. Singapore time Thursday morning. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal, another all-time great making their 2026 entrance. DR Congo are debutants, but do not sleep on them. They qualified impressively through the African qualifiers and will want to make a statement on the biggest stage. My prediction? Portugal win 2-0, but Congo will not roll over quietly. Then, England versus Croatia. Group L, A, T, and T Stadium, Arlington, Texas, 4 a.m. Singapore time Thursday. This rivalry has given us two unforgettable moments: the 2018 World Cup semi-final, the Euro 2020 final. And now they meet again at World Cup 2026. Luka Modric, still finding the ball better than players 10 years younger than him, leads Croatia against a revamped England side that is absolutely desperate for a statement win. This is a must-watch. Prediction: England win it 2-1, but Modric will make them work every single minute. And finally, Mexico versus South Korea in Guadalajara, Thursday evening, local time. Mexico at home in Zapopan. The atmosphere will be absolutely electric, one of the loudest stadiums of the tournament so far. South Korea already stunned Czechia 2-1 in their group opener and are absolutely not here to be passengers. This is the wildcard game of the week. Prediction: a 1-1 draw that pleases absolutely nobody and leaves both sets of fans furious and demanding answers. What a day. What a tournament. Messi equals the all-time scoring record. Haaland announces himself on the world stage. Austria break a 36-year drought. And we've still got England, Portugal, and Mexico to come in the next 24 hours. If you enjoyed today's breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe to SoccerVault, and drop your take in the comments below. Can Messi break Klose's record outright before the group stage is even over? And which match are you most hyped for? England versus Croatia or Portugal versus Congo? I'll see you in the next one. SoccerVault. Out.